so what you're going to need. Now, what you're going to need, first of all, like I just mentioned in the previous thing when I said what I need from you, you're going to need to make sure that you've got gear that is intact. So definitely double check that. You'll be needing that. In addition, the other things that I want to talk about. Now, if you are not on the all-inclusive, then there's a possibility you still have a plain white top or you still have plain black pants. We started phasing those out 2 years ago, and Tiger Rock has a 2-year process for phasing out their old uniforms into their new. That will actually be full circle coming up this 2-day sale. So after this 2-day sale, if you do not have the correct Tiger Rock uniform, the advanced pants with the pinstripe and the correct Tiger Rock top, if you don't have that, then you will not be allowed to take the classes in your plain black pants and your plain white top, or your plain black pants and your advanced top, or whatever. So you've got to make sure that you have exactly what it is that you need for your uniform, because we will be all out full advanced uniform from the 1-day sale, from the 2-day sale on. Next thing is you need to check and think about what it is you're going to need coming up over the next year. Now, again, if you are not an all-inclusive, then you have to think about things like sparring gear, focus targets, rebreakable boards, what those are. You can talk to me about that as well, but what those are going to be required at each belt, where you're going to need those. So make sure that you plan ahead for that. The other thing to keep in mind is to make sure that you plan ahead for things like Hyper. If you are interested in being in our Hyper program, you're going to need Hyper shirts, Hyper pants. Your first enrollment will have that, but some of you have been in Hyper for a while and you need to replace your pants, and you may want a different shirt. There are actually several different Hyper shirts that are available. In addition, we have weapons. Now, we have the bow staff that we've used, and we're going to be doing kamas, and we're going to be doing nunchucks. So I would plan ahead, look in the Century catalog, look at those and plan for that. Talk with me before you decide which weapon it is you want to purchase, because some of those are made for competition and for safety. Some of those are not. And I need to make sure that you're not picking the wrong ones as you're getting ready to do that part in Hyper. So plan ahead on that. Check out what you're going to be interested in for Hyper. That'll kind of give you an idea of what weapons and things to look at through the catalog. Now, other things are making your Taekwondo experience better, making you more skilled, making you better at what you do, which is more confident, just makes you feel better about yourself. So, things that I suggest, first of all, parents and siblings that are going to take an interest in their child, their brother or sister's drills and practice with them at home, there's things that you can get that will help you practice. First off, you have the blocker. For the kids, there's nothing wrong with getting the kid blocker. I think that's great. For the bigger kids and for adults, I would get the adult blocker. This is something that is effective. Make sure that they're getting, especially if they are having a lot of timidness when they're sparring, make sure that you're swinging this nice and hard, but they're getting confident to block. One thing that you can do at home as you're watching them block is that they're turning their head kind of scared when they block, then they don't trust that their block's going to work. And give them that opportunity. Use these items to make them better. The next thing are the kicking shields. It says Macho, and obviously Century has one as well. But we have our kicking shields, and we have those for adults or for bigger kids. We have the ones for the smaller kids as well. And then we also have the handheld shields as well, the handheld square targets. And those are great. You can put them at all different angles, adjust them, and you can even swing, let the kids block them, and so on. So it's an opportunity for you to use to help. I usually talk about getting the blocker and this, swinging and then letting them block and then counterattack on wherever you've held the square target. So those are options. If it is not something where you always, which obviously parents are busy, people are busy, you do not always want to constantly have to deal with, hey, Mom, hey, Dad, come swing this at me and come hold this for me, whatever. Then you do need to get a Wave Master. And truthfully, I suggest a Wave Master for every student that I have. Basically, anything at home that you can regularly kick and punch and not get in trouble is a good thing. But with that in mind, it gives you a chance to practice a ton of skills to really work yourself and push yourself and to make yourself better. The drills that we do at the school, think of how often we do drills on Wave Masters at the school. Definitely look for having a Wave Master if you don't already have one. They have all the different sizes. They have the ones for the smaller kids, and also the power line, which are thicker. Kids that are middle size and a little bigger can still use these just fine. Again, obviously you guys know that they adjust up and down. Full size regular Wave Master, and then they have the double XL size as well. Now, if these are not something that interests you, then I highly suggest the Century's newest thing that they've got, which is the reactor bag. This is excellent. You put sandbags at the bottom of it. It's easy to move, and basically it bounces back when you hit it. You can hit it hard enough to knock it down, in which case you pick it up. If I push it, knock it down, I can take my foot here and just pick it right back up. But it gives not only that chance for the hitting and for your timing, it builds up coordination, skill, and speed if I want to make speed into it. But also, it gives me a chance to practice open stepping, changing my angle and direction. So I want to use that opportunity, make that effective. These are a great buy, a great deal. Unfortunately, at the tournament, we had kids that decided that they wanted to see if they could crawl on them, have 12 kids stand on them, see if they can bend them. So that one got a really rough beating. But this one is a great one, and the ones that you get will actually be obviously brand new. So I definitely suggest the reactor bag. If that is something that you have not seen, we will have it here to test out, so you'll have that opportunity. And I'm going to talk to you about one more thing. Let me move this out of the way. Last is our board holder. Now, I've got this over here. The way it looks, I've actually just bungeed it to a Wave Master. You can attach it to a Wave Master. If you're going to attach it to a Wave Master, it does need to be at least a full-size one. You don't want to have one of the kid ones for that to attach to. Or it actually has a kit that will have you be able to attach that to your wall. Comes in this. You can actually attach it to the wall. I wouldn't suggest attaching to the wall of the house, but garage or something like that would be great. We will actually have mine attached to the wall soon. Now, with that in mind, the purpose is to hold the board so parents don't get their fingers smashed and crushed. And also, this is great because if you hit this, the number one thing in board breaking is accuracy, and if you hit it high or low, basically the bungees will just slip off. They will not, the board will not break, instead they'll slip off. Now, if you hit it correctly, straight through the center, then you'll break it, as soon as you've got the power force behind that. So, that's a great thing to practice. It's a great opportunity. Lots of kids have a tough time board breaking, and this is something that they can set up. Once you've got it set, they can put it on there, break it, restrap it on, break it again, restrap, break it again. So, from here, just how it works. If you want it, I'll just do an elbow, but I'm here. And that's all it does. Just take it, break it through. In addition, what is great about it is they come with the pads. These two come with it, and they're handheld targets. They're just like the Century one that I showed you earlier. So you can have two of these with that. You can have that where the kids can practice hitting on that, and then you do not have to put the padding behind there, but most people do. I put it back there for safety. So that's something that you can use these for, but you're also getting two hand pads along with that board breaking device. So make sure that you keep those things in mind. Last things I want you to really think about are the Tiger Rock things. One, you want to be proud of the things that you're doing. You want to be proud of the academy that you're in. Tiger Rock is a great martial arts school and organization, and you want to make sure that you're proud of that. You have hoodies, you will have shirts, you will have all kinds of different things that you can get, from mugs to cups and things. So definitely look into that, and those make great gifts as well. So with all of those things in mind, you'll definitely see more things when you get here. Belt displays, those types of things in Century are a great hit. It's awesome to be able to mount your belts up or display your belts on the wall, display your belts on a table or desk. So look into those as well. Different certificates and things like that they have, or different frames that they have for martial arts are great. Ornaments and all those things are a lot of fun as well. But plan ahead, take a look and enjoy that. And now go ahead and click on the special offers. We've got two great special offers.